Okay, so guess what? I'm having a bad tone day. And I thought probably there's some of you who are maybe having a bad tone day. So what am I going to do to try to fix this situation? So first thing is, I've been out of town for 3 days and I didn't practice. Okay, now it's okay to sometimes take breaks, right? Because we need breaks occasionally. So it's okay to take breaks. So I'm not going to be too hard on myself. I'm just going to sort of think through why I might potentially be having a bad tone day. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check to make sure that my flute is aligned properly. So generally speaking, your embouchure hole lines up with your keys here, okay? Now that's not going to be exactly precise for every single person because we all have different embouchures, but it's a good starting point. So I made sure that I'm lined up and that feels pretty decent. I feel like I need to turn in just a smidge more. Yeah, that's better, okay? Then I'm gonna check and make sure there's nothing actually like structurally wrong with my flute at the moment. So I'm gonna make sure that I don't see any torn pads. Now, I just got my flute back from the shop, so there shouldn't be anything, but just in case. So I'm checking to make sure there's nothing that looks weird, nothing that looks out of place, right? Make sure that I haven't lost any corks at all. Is everything still actually on there? I'm gonna check springs. So these little guys, to make sure that they haven't like gotten popped onto the wrong side, right? Because then you get floppy keys. They don't stay down and come up easily. They just kind of flop there. And so I'm not seeing any issues. Now I would also check for leaks sometimes if it was just like some isolated notes that weren't working. But like I said, I just got my flute from the shop. So guess what, guys? I'm probably gonna be the problem. I am the problem. So what that probably means is that I'm just not warmed up enough. So instead of diving right into things, I'm going to take things a little bit slower and I'm going to do some long tones. Now, if you've never heard of long tones before, I do have a video on that, not too far down on my profile. So just scroll for a little bit and it'll say long tones on there. And so long tones are really, really good for lots of things, but they're also good for just warming up the muscles of your embouchure, right? Because they're like any other muscles. If you go to the gym, you're not going to immediately start doing really hard weightlifting, right? You got to warm up first. And the same thing is really true for flute playing. So for the music that I was playing, my face just wasn't warmed up enough. And so I'm going to do some long tones. Just like that. Again, the whole exercise, just scroll down my profile just a bit and you can see the whole description of it. But that's already sounding better than I was sounding just 15 minutes ago, where I was like, what's going on with my flute, right? So it wasn't my flute, it was me, but we're working on it, right? So those are some things that I would check. So if you are in the same situation right now, just know that it's super common, that it happens sometimes out of the blue. Sometimes there's other stuff going on that can cause that, but just for a quick list of things that you can check, just do a quick check to make sure you're lined up. Make sure that your flute is not messed up somehow with the pads or with the springs or the corks or anything like that. Just do a quick check. But it might be that you're just not warmed up enough. So I'll do other videos on some other potential reasons why your tone is not what you want it to be, but that's kind of a starting place. And so try those out if you're running into some tone issues like I am today, and know that it's normal and know that it's not going to last forever. And yeah, let me know how it goes. All right, guys, make sure you're following for lots and lots of flute tips and share me with your flute friends so that we all get better together.